Good morning, everybody. Happy hump day. Oh boy, it's a little chilly in Florida. If you haven't seen the weather reports, we woke up and it was 39 degrees this morning. And my car seat cover that I'm sitting on, that's what this is. We are currently on low. On low, I don't know if you can see that. I just turned it down from high. And that's running on my little guy battery. This guy. And that's what I used all night. I used 2 lines from 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock last night till 6 o'clock this morning. 2 lines and it has this guy. It's a adapter for this guy, for the cigarette lighters, because it only has these plugs on it. That's it. So yeah, so this is running. Right now we're charging because the sun just came up. And here's the dealio. The dealio is my engine oil pump is going. That's where all the little oil spots are coming from, not the gasket. Hoping that when we finally get in there, because you know they're going to say the gasket's broken too, but we're just doing the fuel oil pump right now. I wouldn't even have close to being able to get the money to change the pump and the gasket. The gasket is like $300, and I found online the pump replacement kit. Mopar has one. It's original OEM engine oil pump kit. Mopar has it for $199. Geek Parts has it for $189, but then it's about that big, and it's made out of steel. It's got to be really heavy. I'm thinking it's got to be anywhere maybe 10 pounds. So the shipping on that is probably going to be like $25 or $30. I would hope that anything over whatever $150 would be free shipping, but they don't say that on their website. So if that craps out, so that would be say $230 with tax and shipping anyway. The parts stores generally carry this one. O'Reilly's has one in stock, and that's it. So I can't even order the part until February 3rd, because you got to pay for the part before they'll order it. So yeah, so I'm looking at around $700 for this. So what I was going to do was, within the next 48 hours, start a GoFundMe. I have to go set up a checking account for that, because they don't mail you a physical check. It's a direct deposit into an account. So I went on there, and I figure I need to raise minimum of $600, a maximum of $800. So as close to 6 as I could get would be good, in case the gasket is broken or needs to be replaced. A couple of places told me to throw in some leak stop into the oil, which would temporarily plug up the holes. But I'm afraid to mess with it because it's working and it's not a lot coming out. It's just a steady drip, and I'm not losing oil. So it's probably a spray. It looks like it's spraying out, like a spray bottle. So I found a spot. I talked with the the people who run the store, and there's currently 2 ladies here under the same conditions. Their car broke down, and they allow them to stay day and night. They don't have to move the car until they can get the money to make the repairs on their cars. So they told me that it's perfectly fine with them, and if the police come through, to tell them they can come back in the morning and check with the manager. and just explained he said, just tell them what happened. Your oil pump's going. You have to wait 3 weeks to get the money. And where you're going to go that you're going to be safe, where you can't really, take off. So it's near a food store. Yeah, I'm at the end of the parking lot. I picked a food store. So I don't have to move the car to get food. I just got to walk through the parking lot, which is really big. But I can use my walker and stuff for that. But yeah, so I'm near food. And I only got to make one trip a week to Walgreens, which is fairly close. And I can just stay there for a couple of hours, let the car cool off, calm down, and not be running back and forth. So I can stay here indefinitely for the next 3 weeks. I thank them very much with tears in my eyes. They said that was the least they could do because some of the other places where I could have stayed aren't very safe right now, and this is one of the safest around. So we're gonna do that. I just pulled in. I got a nice spot at the end in the sun, and when it's hot, there's a breeze right here where I am, so I don't have to move the car, which is good. If I go once a week to the food pantry and I combine my Walgreens with the going to the food pantry, I can do that on the same day because they're right down the block from each other. So I actually have to pass the food pantry to get to Walgreens. So I can do 2 things in one day, in one trip passing by. So I've, in my mind, condensing everything. So I was going to do that and then see what happens. So in February, you may not be hearing from me from Valentine's Day till around the 10th of March, okay? So there won't be a post. There might not be anything, because what I'm going to do is next month take the $170 that I'm paying for this and hold back the phone money. So it would take them till the 15th to turn it off, suspend the service because of a late thing, and then I'll make a double payment on March 1st, 3rd, whatever. Okay? So if you don't hear from me after February 14th, you know what's going on, okay? But I'll be letting you know before that, because I'll know by February whether I need to use the phone money or not, okay? I also was going to ask if any subscribers, if every one of my subscribers mailed me $1, just $1, that's all I was asking, $1. That's it, to the P.O. box. I could probably get it done a little faster. Let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else, because I'm trying to conserve batteries right now because it's freezing. I have enough propane. I have enough everything. Right now, the reason why I can't get the $200 part is because that's all I have left. I paid $190 for the van that has total coverage that will tow me anywhere in the state of Florida up to 300 miles. And I get a rental car if something craps out and goes wrong or I get into an accident for 7 days. So I have top of the line insurance on this car because I have to. I don't have a credit card, anything like that, because I've been on disability since 2002 when I had my second heart attack and I had to stop working. So I have absolutely no credit. So I was trying to think. I know there's something called Vimo or something like that where they'll let you make payments, but I think you actually have to have an income for that one. And I don't know if mine is high enough, probably not, to be able where they pay for something and then you pay them back. It's like a little credit card payment plan, but I don't even think I will qualify for that because my credit rating is probably like 50, if that, you know what I mean? I've tried over the years applying for even the crappy credit cards with 35% interest just to have something in case this happened. And I got turned down twice. So I said, okay, never mind. But that's where I am. This is where I am. And that's that. So, try to think of anything else. Oh, I moved some things around. Let's take a little van tour while we're here. The toilet is now back here. This is the back door of the van here, where the curtain is. I took it off the door. And I moved stuff around to the back. I don't know if you can see what I know there's so much light in here. But these guys are here. And I made a couch out of the bed, and the bed now goes through to the front. My feet go up front by the dashboard at night, so I'm laying this way instead of having it all the way back here, which gives me a bathroom, my charging stations, my batteries go here. This is the door that goes out, which now I don't have to open that no more. And then, oh, the fridge is here on these guys. My table became my fridge holder because I keep this window cracked open to keep the fridge cold. So that's that. We did some nice reorganizing. I got a big floor space back. As much floor space as humanly possible. But yeah, this works out much nicer because I'm right here next to the gate, okay, which makes the back of my couch. And then I look out that door over there. So it's working out pretty well. I kind of like this layout. Pretty good. And my sink is right here. Move all the breakfast dishes off the table. And my sink is right here. So this little guy was a little tray that fit perfectly right here. The landscapers are here. He just walked right by the window. Oh yeah. Van life. Hashtag van life. There he goes. All of a sudden there was a head in my window. I heard him coming. So, and then I got my little, wait, where's this? My little hanging lights. I got everything charging in the window, and I got good sun where I'm sitting. So, yeah. So, I just moved, so we're a little discombobulated. I was wearing this last night for sleeping. But yeah, this heated car seat cover, if you in the van life, and just in case your diesel heaters break down or you want a little extra warmth, because that kick-ass electric blanket lasted one winter. I keep trying to plug it in, it refuses to get warm. This thing is like sitting on an oven, this heated car seat cover. Best thing ever, 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 ever. I wished I'd have found this last year. Didn't even think of that, and I don't know why. I think I thought it would take too much electricity, but it doesn't. As you can see, I only use 2 out of 5 bars for like 12 hours, and every couple of hours I'll flip it on high just to get really hot, and once I'm under there for 10 minutes on high, I turn it back down to low, and under the cover was this, you know. I had to get another blanket. That's, if I hadn't bought the blanket, $60 worth of gas to fill up the car. And what did I do the other day? Oh, which was funny because I went into the dollar store and I did like kind of a big stock up on dry goods because I was trying to cut down on the amount of money for ice every month. Because Walgreens, it says $2.49 on the sticker, $3.99. Right before Christmas, they doubled the amount on the ice, just about, say. Um, so I'm trying to cut down on the amount of ice I need. You know what I mean? So I had a full bag yesterday I put in, and there should be a lot left because it was really cold, and I keep that cracked just to keep the whole ice chest nice and cold. So it keeps the ice. So, and it's not going to get very hot today either. It's only going to be 60 degrees for the high. We're in that cold snap where I think it was 28 degrees about 45 minutes, north of me. I got the hiccups because of the cold air. So I'm currently just parked, and I was about to make some coffee and some hot chocolate. But yeah, so now my hurricane supplies of food, so I am stocked up with food. I have enough propane to last me till next month for cooking. And yeah, so we penny pinching every dollar we can get, but all I got's my food money left for the month after the bills are paid. That's it. It's kaputski. Between the gas, I put $60 for a full tank of gas. I'm down to half a tank. Because I was investigating some new places to spend the night, or different places to go besides the park. So now the park is out. Like I said, I cannot go to the park until I get this fixed, because if the car doesn't start, they will tow me out of the park, and I won't know where to go because I don't have the money. So to fix for the part, it's like, tow me to the mechanic. Well, I can't live there for 3 weeks. So that's why I made a deal with the store, and I'm in there like every day, and I've been in that store every day for 10 years since the day I got here. So they were more than happy to let me stay, and sorry, I can't breathe right now. So they've been nice enough to let me stay, which I can't ask for more than that. I could be stuck somewhere where it's not nice, or where I'm going to get hassled and have to move the car every day. So in the spot where I am in the sun, I'm fine. I got good sun, good wind if I need it, if it gets warm. So I'm good. If I had to be blessed with something, it was that. So yeah, so oh crap, we're coming up 17 minutes. Okay, this is going to be an all-day thing, but it's okay because I got sun, so I'll be able to get this up and running. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a one-time GoFundMe. I have the P.O. box if you want to send something there. Or gift card for Walmart would save me cash that I could put away towards the part, you know what I mean? Anything would be appreciated at this point, so I don't have to worry about moving the vehicle. And moving the vehicle I only do at 6 a.m. when no one's on the road, or after 7:30 when everybody here goes home. The stores are open till 9 and 10 o'clock, so I don't worry about that. But it's just I drive on while I'm not driving in traffic, in case, God forbid, the engine seizes up and the car turns off and we're doing 50 miles an hour down the road. So I'm trying to think of everything possible to avoid anything else going wrong. So I drive when no one's on the road, and I'm good to go. Let me tell you, these guys are good with these lawnmowers. They're up and down curbs like this high. I'm just watching. I can't believe they get those giant lawnmowers where they get them. But, yeah, this is a good spot because there's only a little piece of grass about 3 feet wide by as long as the car. So I'm not impeding the landscaping guys. I'm not bothering anybody in this perfect parking space. So that I'm grateful to the Lord for. So that's what's happening. So yeah, so if I do the 600 to 800, that should get me where I need to be. In case anything else is wrong, but that was the only code it was throwing. They checked it twice. They spent a half hour under the engine with me at O'Reilly's. They were really good to me there. I made friends with them, because these other places, no one knew what they were talking about. And then one of the auto zones, or advanced auto, I always forget because they have the same color, has a bunch of women working in there. Now, I'm going to do two things on this women working in auto parts thing. If there's a woman working in an auto parts store, it would be a good thing if they knew anything about a car except for how to start it and put gas in. There's no men working in either AutoZone or the advanced auto parts. They do not put Freon in anymore. The ladies have no idea how to hook up the computer thing to the car. They know nothing. So all those services that these stores are offering, they put women in charge who only know how to run a cash register. So when I went to O'Reilly's, I saw the chick behind the counter and I knew right away she had a good daddy who taught her about cars. This chick knows everything. Now, twice that I've had a problem with this car. The first time was the 10-inch spike that was rusted to crap, and when they pulled it out, turned into dust. A Tire Kingdom sold me a used tire with a 10-inch spike in it. It was a chick that found it, and it took her 10 minutes. These guys had this car for hours and couldn't find that spike. And I specifically pointed out the tire that I'm having the issue with. 5 different places could not find the spike in the tire. I pull into a Tire Kingdom. We go inside. I don't know if you remember that from last summer. And it was a chick who comes out in less than 5 minutes with the pieces of it. When you touched the metal spike, it just turned into dust. So that Tire Kingdom reported the one to the corporate office that I went to, and we put a grievance in against that. They couldn't refund me any money, but yeah, that's that. And now again with this girl, so the other guy came out at O'Reilly's, and when she went in and punched the code in, she went like, I said, oh, don't make that face. You had to make the face, right? That's the face we didn't want. She goes, it's bad, but not that bad. The part's only $230. I said, but the labor's gonna kill me. What is it? She says, your oil pump is going. She said, but it's not, from what we see. She goes, we're going to have the guy come back out. We're going to go back out and look again now that we know what it is. I said, somebody had told me it was the gasket. So he came out and he looked. He said, I don't see nothing coming out where the gasket would be. I don't think that's what it is at all. At all. He says, because it's a $400 part. He went like that. I said, okay. He says, but he says, no, this is strictly the oil, engine oil pump. So I thank them, and shouts out to these guys at O'Reilly's. That whole staff is wonderful. They take their time. They talk with you. That guy worked with me trying to figure out what this was for a while because it wasn't leaking. It was dirty, but we couldn't pinpoint where the oil was dripping from until yesterday. And we actually saw it coming out of the oil pump. So, thank you. For 3 years, we're trying to figure this one out. So, we finally did. Because we did. It was finally leaking enough that we could see where it was coming from. So, the engine is running fine. There's nothing wrong with the pickup. That's why the hesitation once in a while when I stepped on the gas. So, when I pull out, I make sure no one's coming. I don't have to gun it. I don't, you know what I mean? I can just put along. That's why I drive when no one's on the road. So yeah, so shouts out to my girl at O'Reilly's. I gave her a big hug. I told her I'll be back in a couple of weeks. She said, when you're ready to order the part, come back in case we don't have it. You know what I mean? I said, okay, I appreciate that. So as soon as I can get the money, the $230, I can order the part and then get a little, I gotta come up with the labor. Can you imagine $400 for labor to put in a $200 part? It sucks. Sorry. And this is the part of van life that sucks, especially if you ain't got a credit card. So, unless you got good credit or a buttload of money in your savings account somewhere, don't be doing this. It's not fun. It's okay if you can, state park and campground and stuff like that, and that's fine. But Bruce Van Life Jr. was doing a video a few weeks ago, and he got very depressed. He's happier in the woods, which, yes, I am too, but with the campgrounds in Florida, they went from $20 and $25 a night to $40 and $50. Not kidding you. It doubled in price, and they took away all the state parks, all the discounts. There's no discount for Florida residents. There's no senior discount. There's nothing. Nothing. No discounts of any kind, because they bumped everybody up to $15 an hour, and we all got to pay for that. Well, if you're going to double the campground fee on people who live here and pay taxes to the state and basically fund the state parks that we're living in and hang out in, I don't get it. And Floridians are probably one of the biggest states where people who live here actually use the state parks. These people fish, they hike, they're all over the state parks. They make a lot of money, these parks down here, just from the residents. Then you throw it on the tourists and everybody, coming to stay in Florida. So that's our tale of woe. And we'll be here. I'm trying not to get too upset because I got a place to stay. That's one thing off my mind. It's a safe place. The cops use this. The only thing is that the police use this gas station. This is the one they use for the town, where the cops come and they fill up gas here. This is the one they have an account with. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So keep fingers crossed no one bothers me. Fingers crossed this was a good place. I'm going to try spending the night here. I'm going to try spending all day here. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to get anything for the next 48 hours, so I'm good to go. I'm going to finish up the cold food I have in here. I only have some ham, some turkey, and a half a carton of almond milk. So I didn't on purpose get anything, just because I had the ham and the turkey. I got the ice yesterday, so I may finish all that up tonight so I don't have to get ice tomorrow. And I have one, like a TV dinner, the Healthy Choice, flash frozen meals. And it's all vegetables and stuff, so that's the good ones. When I was bringing stuff to the doctor because I was having trouble cooking with the breast cancer, holding my arms up in the air and doing stuff like this in the house, I was passing out while I was standing up while I was cooking and washing dishes. That was one of the ones he said that would be good, because fresh vegetables were out, so we're trying to figure out how I could eat fruits and vegetables without it being fresh. So I bought a couple of these, brought him the packages, and I brought one in and he checked it out and read all the labels, with a magnifying glass, and said, yeah, out of the 3 that I brought him, he'd rather I ate those. So those are in Walgreens, and I can get that on my card. So, and I let them thaw out. I had one out. It was so cold yesterday. I bought 2 of them. I left the one up front in the bag, in the driver's seat, trying to thaw it out a little bit so I didn't have to use so much propane to cook it. At 2:30 in the afternoon, from 7 a.m., it was still frozen solid. sitting in the front of the cab. Now it was hot up there with the sun coming in. I don't have this blockers in, all the windows, all the glass is open. I'm trying to heat up the van facing the sun, and the sun is going to go from the driver's side over the van right in front of it and set on the passenger side. That's why I picked this spot. I have full sun all day beaming in the car, heating me up and charging everything. So okay, 30 minutes. I made you a nice long one. I know it's been a while. Just been a lot going on. A lot going on. And the car is not understanding. Mommy's not supposed to get aggravated. So I'm trying to just be zen about it. I got a place. It's still running as long as I don't abuse the car and only move it when absolutely necessary. I should be fine to stretch this out till the first week of February. Or as long as I can get that GoFundMe going this week, that'll be good. So I love you guys. I'll see you in a few days. I gave you a nice long one, and then I'll put up some shorter ones, okay? While we're sitting here in the parking lot. Hashtag van life, right? I will see you guys shortly. Fingers crossed, okay? I'll see you guys in a little while. Bye, everybody.